Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the RC Grid. We have another exciting show. We will have RGB and Paul Rulin from Rulin's Racing on the show again. And our co-hosts will entertain us with something from outer space and probably some facts, spitballing some facts tonight. Tim Hammer's going to join us from thammer_37. He's the one that provides the videos, so we'll do a quick race interview with him, ask him how he got into the hobby, and see what he's got to say. Real quick, we'll run down our sponsors we love to spend our money on. First, thanks to Tarcar and Black Swamp and Finish Line, where we'll be going in a couple weeks over in Indiana. That'll be a good race over there. Carpies, Bulldog Bodies, Simple Speed Shop, VRP Oils, SXT 3.0. Again, the beginning of the podcast was with SXT 3.0. I can't wait to tell that story. X-Ray, which I ran very good this weekend. We'll talk about that in the show. I ran my XB2 in the street stock class, and I had a very successful week and weekend. Put a lot of work into that car. Traxxas Slash, Low C Sprints. I run the Low C Sprint. I did not run the Traxxas Slash this last weekend. Paul did. I believe Rick did. So we'll talk to them. Proline Hoosier Tires, Proline Blockades. I ran the blockades on the street stock. They were fantastic. Props to Amazon. 9:30 on Saturday night, the tires showed up on my doorstep, so nice to have that option. Fly Sky, Tamiya, and MIP, and I'm probably forgetting some. So stay with us. We'll get into the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give us some numbers. Help a brother out, as they say. But before we do that, before we go into the show, let's hear from those guys. City Chevrolet. What is up?
There he is. And we're live.
We are live. I cannot believe, just like at the finish line, you beat Biggins. Well, we got we got 2 minutes. So let me turn this down. I got a huge glass of water. Very dehydrated, man. I had a rough day.
Well, it was nice out temperature-wise.
Yeah, but I had a... You're not going to believe this. I had a donut and coffee this morning. And... Listen. We'll talk about... I'll do my local restaurant thing later, but there's been
a new one.
Well, kind of, sort of. I'll talk about it later. There's sort of been a change in the landscape in our Northwest Ohio living area, if you know where I'm going with that. Like out of nowhere, something just popped up.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere. So I can talk about that. So anyways, yeah, so we did our meeting this morning, had a coffee and donuts. I ate one donut and coffee after our meeting. I had a bottle of water when I woke up, 2/3 of a bottle of water when I woke up. And then the next thing you know, it's 1:30. And I'm like dying. I'm like, holy cow. I mean, I didn't sit down till 1:30. So I drank a zero sugar grape Fago.
Excellent choice.
Little plug for the Fago. And
I just ordered a case of it.
yeah, I was going to talk to you about that. Do you want to drink grape also? Do you want to split? You want to buy a case each and mix and match red and
We love
grape?
spraying each other with orange Fago soda.
Okay.
I'll have to approach my contact within the black market pop community.
Yeah.
Hairball.
Hairball. Alien hairball.
It was like a hairball puked up by some demon.
What's
from
up, RGB?
hell.
Glad to be here today.
Today on the Beyond the RC Grid podcast with your host Eric Kroll and your co-host Paul Ruland. Is it
Yes, sir.
our presence that you're glad to be with, or is it you're glad to be here to give the message?
The message is always important, and also friends and acquaintances are nice to be around.
That's right. Because if we didn't have friends to give crap to, who would we give it to? Strangers? That'd get us in trouble.
I assume I fell into the acquaintances portion of his little speech there.
Oh, ouch. Oh, shoot. So, a couple cool things to talk about real quick off the bat. I don't know if I said my name earlier. I'm Eric Kroll. I don't believe I did. Paul and Richard. Good to see you guys. I am excited to talk about the race. I'm excited. Rich, I don't know if you know, Tim Hammer will be on today. We'll talk about T Hammer Time _37 on YouTube and his importance to the video evidence in the RC racing world that he contributes. It's just very important.
That's fine as long as he understands about keeping it tight.
Well, I'll let you argue that with him. So
You can just hang out with him for about 10 minutes, and then you can go watch Matlock.
I watch Matlock.
Murder, She Wrote. But also what I'm really stoked about is, I reached out to Chad over at Finish Line, and sorry, I'm checking my phone. Donnie, we have a Donnie Kruskowski sighting. The Crusher
Is he alive?
Holy Toledo, the Crusher's hitting me up while we open the show. Let's. Uh-oh. He said he might not make it this weekend, but I said that's not acceptable. So we'll see. We'll see if my forwardness will convince him to race. But no, Chad Howald over at the Finish Line, I reached out to him, as I was saying, September 13th, I think it is. The Tri-State Oval Series is at Finish Line over in Indiana. And next week, we're going to get him on the show. He agreed to hop on the show. So we'll talk to him about Finish Line. We'll interview him and ask him a couple cheesy questions and just get to know him a little bit. And I'm kind of excited about that. Paul, Rick, we talked a few weeks ago about going to Finish Line. I don't know who's going to go. I'm definitely going. I think Scott's going. Are Stevens, are they going to head over there?
I don't know. I haven't heard them talk about it, but I'll have to look into that for sure. I gotta double check. I feel like there's something going on that day, but maybe there's not. Is that a Saturday?
I believe it is. Let me look
Okay.
here. I am definitely going to go over. I may go over on Friday and stay in my truck. I've got an air mattress I can put in the back of my truck. And we'll see. Yeah, it's Saturday. 13th is a Saturday.
Okay.
I have it in my calendar wrong. I have it down as Tarcar, but it's finish line as
I got to make some.
well, guys, for whatever reason, it stopped recording 10 minutes in.
Are you bumping buttons over there?
I mean, the only thing I've done was share the screen. I don't know if it was a connection thing, but that really sucks. So I don't know. Super quick, if you want to do a recap on the sponsorship, Rick, so everybody knows, it's up to you. This is podcast gold right here.
We had different definitions of podcast gold. Rick's like,
oh well, let me recap so everybody knows.
The only thing more tiresome than agreeing to do a podcast
for free
is agreeing to do a podcast that's not being recorded.
Oh, hey, I didn't hit stop or anything. I don't know what happened, but so the audience can figure out already. We were 10 minutes into the show and we just spent 30 minutes talking to each other and there's no video evidence and it was good. It was good stuff. So, I mean, Rick must have rehearsed that sponsorship. He must have rehearsed that sponsorship announcement because it was money.
He's probably sitting in his office all day doing nothing but rehearse that. On the
Is the teleprompter not up anymore, Rick?
Time. Yeah.
I'm looking forward. I think I'd rather just do a 4-hour round trip in Michigan and go through this half hour.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, shots fired.
Listen.
Oh my God.
I'm a much prettier Uber passenger. Well, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry, that came out wrong, Rick.
Holy moly.
So, anyways, Rick, actually it's a chance for you to redeem yourself with Paul.
I have nothing to redeem. I speak facts, factual information. Everything can be proven in a court of law. So that's all you got to do is look at the light and see if it's green or red or whatever you got going on over there.
Well, obviously there's a stop button and a record button up here. The problem is these green glasses are in the middle, so it's hard to take my eyes off of, green is go.
Listen, you just better get this out of the way before T Hammer 37 gets on the show.
Yeah, let me check my phone, see if he's reached out, make sure he's...
He needs to log on pretty quick because even though you have 10 minutes of footage, we've been on for 44 minutes.
Well, listen, let's do a recap. So real quick, you've got a sponsorship with an ear issue. So does she need an ENT from the green machine in the Toledo area?
Well, ear pain is a sponsorship.
Can you step up the enthusiasm, please?
This is great. We've broken him. The psychological warfare has finally warmed down. This is almost as funny as the B main for the Traxxas slash modifieds that you and I were dying about in the trailer.
Oh my gosh. Oh shoot. Oh, come on, you guys are killing me.
That's podcast gold right there.
Oh, so let's talk about that B main real quick. I can't believe Rick was rooting against Ryan. Rick,
Oh my God. How can you root against a 6-year-old?
Ryan, I mean, if you're on the side of righteousness, everybody at the track was rooting for Ryan, and Rick is over there.
Because I knew exactly what would happen. That kid took me out at the mains. At the hay mains. Got a magnet. His car has a magnet directly on. He's up there. He's up there on my reserved seating area.
I hate you guys.
Oh.
Now that's one of the best things that could happen is him getting into the A main. But I knew exactly what was going to happen once we lined up, and that's two or three laps in. Yeah, he threw me right into the tube and put me down 2 laps.
He probably owed you.
There's a thing called karma, Rick. You were rooting against them, and it came to fruition on you. Shout out, though, for the viewing audience that does not know. First and foremost, absolutely amazed. RGB actually made the A main all on his own, did not have to race his way in from the B main. And the B main was very eventful. Let's put it that way. That's probably the nicest way to put it. And Ryan, who I believe is only maybe 6 or 7, maybe. I don't know
He's
exactly.
a little older than that. Yeah.
Is he?
I don't know. I can't tell how old kids are.
I'm going to say he's 10.
Yeah, he might be.
He's been
8 or
coming to the track. He's been putting his time in, running the Traxxas slash modified this year. And he ended up moving on to the A main. He finished second in the B main to transfer into the A main. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were very happy. They were clapping and cheering for him because I believe that's the first A main that he's made there.
All of us but one.
Yep, wearing green glasses right now.
I was happy. I was happy for him. I just prophesized what was going to happen to me in the A main. Even though I ran, it didn't. After the 3rd lap, it didn't matter that I ran. Second fastest laps the rest of the time. I there's no way I can make up 2 laps in that kind of classification. I was able to make up 1 lap, and that was it. But that's just the way it goes. So
Yeah. Well, that's the most exercise I've had in a while. All right. Well, Rick, if you don't want to, I see Rick doesn't have the, I just got done talking about how Rick and I wrestled together in high school and it didn't get recorded and how Rick was mentally tough and, nothing shakes him. I called him Iceman, the whole bit. We start back up with recording and Paul, you pointed it out. Rick's been broken and I'm a little disappointed, but
Sadness.
I guess the sponsorship for the complaining, you called it, the ear pain that was going on at the track from the complaining. Just so people know, Rick was accusing Paul of complaining. I didn't hear it because I was so far out front.
I didn't hear it either. I told Rick I won every one of my heats, both Traxxas slash modified and Losi sprint. So I don't know what 5th dimension he was living in, but all he saw of the Traxxas slash modified of mine was the rear bumper. So
I discussed it all earlier, a half hour ago.
That was when we asked about your shirt, and just a recap for the audience, since we had technical difficulties. I wasn't sure if was wearing a shirt from work or if he's going to the disco tonight. And
I'm going to Henry J's.
I know a bouncer from there. Yeah.
He works for the county. Isn't like every day working at the disco.
I'm going to put this out there for our audience. Again, like and subscribe. Does anybody know what Henry J's is? It's a small audience here in Northwest Ohio. Let's see if anybody can comment down below and let us know if you know what Henry J's is. Yours truly was one of the bouncers there. I kind of just gave it away, but I took my pay in alcohol. I was employed at the bar and had some good times there. But did anybody go there? Do they remember it? Let us know what you think. Good reference, Rick.
Ask T Hammer when T Hammer comes rolling in.
Hammer time. Yeah, I don't know where he's at. Rick's probably thinking he can't get here fast enough, but I wanted to do a real recap. But Rick doesn't seem to. And I mean, just
you know what Rick's waiting for?
Where's the adversity, Rick?
You get the genuine thing first time out. I'm not recreating true emotions. That's just not that's shortchanging our growing audience, and I know they wouldn't want that. They want the first round emotions and and feelings that we express. So it's out of respect. It's out of respect for the craft and the viewing audience.
The teleprompter's not up anymore, Paul.
Rick will not be your little monkey that entertains everybody. That's what he's telling you.
Yeah.
He does not work on command like that.
I'll just recap a couple things. We watched one of Rick's races. He got wrecked a few times. We watched David.
Wrecked people a couple times.
He might have. We watched David Greer throw a tire away for some reason. We penalized him. We made him do a pass through. What else did we miss? We talked about finish line. That's a big one. Let's talk about finish line real quick because this needs to be on record. September 13th, I am going to... Hey there, Tim. Let me finish my thought here real quick. Yeah, we'll introduce you real quick. Tim Hammer sitting there. Let me finish my thought real quick and we'll get with you. So September 13th, I'm going to go to finish line for the Tri-State Oval. We talked about that earlier. Paul might go. Rick is in the air. He's not sure if Indiana will accept alien gear. We'll see. But Tim, we had technical difficulties. Somehow, I don't know what happened. We recorded for 10 minutes. We talked for 30 that didn't get recorded.
Oh.
So we just came. It was a nightmare. Rick's been broken. Rick's spirit is in the dumps.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, Tim, thanks for joining us. Tim Hammer, for everybody that doesn't know, he's the brain trust behind the video evidence, as we call it, on thammer_37 on YouTube. So, how's it going?
Yep, it's going good. Thanks for inviting me onto the show tonight. I'm trying to see, and I can't. I gotta ask, what's RGB's sponsor for the week? I can see the picture.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked. So
you're pushing a sore
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that to be my first act for the show.
No, it's podcast gold.
Three of us have been here for 50 minutes with 10 minutes of actual recorded time. You came on right now and you have as much screen time on the podcast as we do. Even though we've been doing 50 minutes of, if I want to chit chat with two knuckleheads just for the heck of it, I'll pick a better crew.
I see.
You know.
Hey, Rick, hang on. I just want to point something out to you. T Hammer Doing a little flexing on you there. You go to his background there. See now, Rick, I just want to point this out to you. If you get a little bit of hardware, like this right here, or like the stuff that's in T Hammer's background, you won't have to have cheesy sponsorship announcements every week. You can just let the hardware speak for itself.
Well, as I said, 5 years ago, the world was swept by panic and a pandemic. People, communities, cities, countries were all wondering how to overcome this virus. The same thing happened Sunday at Tarcar. After every round, people gripped the sides of their heads in pain. Under the canopy next to the 49, Eric and I watched this phenomenon happen after every round. We later figured out that it was ear pain facilitated by Rulin Racing. The complaining, the excuses made after every round as he went from veranda to veranda, trailer to trailer, begging anyone to listen to his complaints and excuses caused what we now know as our sponsorship, ear pain.
Ear pain.
Did you witness this, Tim? I told Rick I ended up winning every heat for both classes that I ran in, but he must have heard me complaining about winning. I mean,
hold
I
on,
don't
Rick.
usually complain about that.
Hold on, Rick. Let me press record.
Sounds like you need like a Goodies headache powder as a sponsor this week, not only from the broadcast issues, but the weekend troubles as well, is what I'm hearing. So
yeah, the only complaining I hear is RGB about not being recorded.
Yeah, well, that's 100% justified. Hammer time. Normally, I would prompt you to keep it tight, but it doesn't matter anymore. I would suggest
every week. I don't think that ever happens, Rich. So.
If you have anything to say, hurry up and get it in, because RGB Racing is in the final. It's in the twilight of this podcast for today. So,
okay.
What a quitter! What a quitter!
I was almost hoping you were going to have a retirement announcement.
So you're not trying to hurry up and get back to the Stevie Wonder School of Driving, are you?
Yeah, Stevie Wonder High Performance Driving School.
Here we go.
Shout out to Texas. Clearly evidenced in the T Hammer 37 round 3 Traxxas / modified heat that RGB Racing was in.
Yeah.
Rick, do you want to interview Tim?
I'm just saying, anything you have to say, condense it down.
No, we can spend all night. We'll let AI edit the podcast. You know, it does a nice job. So
I didn't think aliens had to sleep anyway. I don't know what the problem is. I mean,
he's got a side hustle going. There's something up with that guy. So no, Paul, do you want to interview Tim? You want to do the rundown and get to know him and all that stuff?
I'm going to let you interview him. I know that RGB is waiting in anticipation for the rapid fire session with T Hammer.
I have about 100 questions here. I've condensed them. Rick loves these questions, but first, let's just, Tim, tell us quick who you are, how long you've been racing, how you got into it, all that pertinent information.
Okay. So I actually started racing pre-COVID. And so I don't know, what was that, 6-7 years ago? I think I started. But then when COVID happened, I stopped racing because of the whole mask. And I was anti-mask guy, I guess we'll say it that way. So so as soon as they started saying that we needed to wear masks, I basically stopped racing completely. And actually just restarted again, not this last winter, but the winter before. So I've basically been back racing 2 years, and I'd say total combined is about 4 years. Got started actually a guy at my work. You guys know, or maybe don't know, I work with Dave Brock, so I work with him. And so we both actually started at the same time. Our very first race was, we were in the race together, me and Dave Brock, and that was it. Nobody else. We brought our stock slashes to Tarcar, and they humbly added a class for just me and him to run the slash. So we had a stock slash that we both ran as the first race. And a gentleman by the name of John Straussball, he was actually the president of the Bowling Green 1/8 race of Toledo. And so he's like, "Oh, you guys wanted to get into racing? Why don't you guys come down and start doing, on road and oval on the carpet?" So he kind of really got us started into it, and then we started kind of messing around at lunch with the couple guys. We all got cars, and we'd go to Tarcar for lunchtime since we're fairly close to the track, and we'd run for an hour or so and then go back to work. So we started off just kind of doing that, and then, like I said, sorry, I kind of went backwards there, but we started off doing that, and then me and Dave technically was the first official race was together with Dave. So it was a like I said, so quite a long time ago, and then I had a big break in between, and now I'm back here with you guys and doing the best I can with the 4 years experience. So
good, because we are doing this. I want to spread the hobby, so I didn't know. I thought you had been racing longer, but give us your 2 cents of starting in this hobby late in life, because I've only been doing it a couple years. Paul, a couple years. Rick, a couple years. We're just trying to spread it. And I think people that love racing, if they're exposed to this, would get into it one way or the other. There's so many classes. Somebody can find something to do with RC, even airplanes, whatever.
Right.
But what do you think about, what would your advice be to somebody that's new and possibly thinking about getting into it?
I mean, just do it. I there's nothing really else to say. The great thing, as you guys know, with the recent releases of some ready to race cars, the Losi NASCAR, the Losi Sprint car, the Traxxas Modified, they've really done a great job of bringing in, I'll call it the new group that doesn't know anything. I would say that I wouldn't hesitate at any stage of your life, whether you're a young kid. We've got people as young as 6 years old racing at the track, and we've got people in the 70s and 80s. So, I mean, age is unlimited. I guess I would say that there's probably a little bit of advantage to the reaction time as, a younger person would have, but I mean, experience pays off in the end. And once you get along, that experience, you don't have a car that you necessarily have to worry about catching whenever it's sliding or something, because you're good enough with the setup to not have to make it until your car is sliding. So I would never use age as a discrimination factor to when I would join or not join. I would just say, go out and buy one of those new RTR cars. It would get you the bug to come out to the track. And you guys know, as you already said, it's an addiction. And if you love it, you'll learn there, and then you'll just start buying more cars. And then it just grows and grows and grows. I started off with one car, and now I'm up to about 15 cars. So, so it's just do it. That's all I can say, I guess. So,
yeah. You hear that, Paul?
Oh yeah, I heard him.
I'm trying to talk Paul into graduating from the Traxxas Slash and the Losi Sprint.
Yeah.
At least one of them. He's got to maybe turn his Slash into what did JR turn his into?
Short course modified.
No.
Yeah, I told Paul, I'm like, you're going to have to graduate,
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I can't leave RGB behind.
What's that? Sorry.
Oh, I'm already in a new class. I'm not.
He's already in short course late model. So I mean, there's no excuse.
Well, I mean, he shows up.
Leave it to Rick to show up uninvited.
No, I agree. I mean, I wish that those classes were around whenever I started, because my first class, they said, "Oh, get into short course late model." If I had to give anyone advice, I would never tell them to get into short course late model as a starter class. It's really not. The cars have got a lot of power. They're hard to control. It's really not, in my mind, a good starter class. I mean, you want to go with, I hate to say it, but really slower is typically safer. So like the street stock with the 13.5 is a good class, because it's hard to overpower the grip that you have available to you. The sprint car, the Losi Sprint car for sure is a great car, because is the same thing. The Traxxas modified in my mind is really the same. And I guess the Losi NASCAR isn't for dirt, but the Losi NASCARs are obviously, you don't do anything. You just take them out of the box, you put a battery in them and a transponder, and you put them on the track. And it's a great class to start with, and just to give you, do you want to go spend money and spend thousands of dollars on a car? And in my mind, now that Paul's been doing this for a while, I agree. He's been here long enough. I think I would encourage you to make the move to a class that's going to give you a little bit more of a feel for making adjustments. And I don't think, and I don't know, you guys probably know better than me. I don't race those classes, but I don't feel like you guys don't make adjustments throughout the day to try to keep up with the track, right? This is what it is.
There's not a lot of adjustment to them.
And that's it, right? So
yeah, there's not a lot that you can adjust on them. It's nowhere near what you see on the modified sprints, or like I look at Eric's street stock that he has, and that thing's all sorts of interesting with adjustment, shocks, springs, adjustment points for the shocks. So I would agree with that.
Once you get it somewhat dialed in, though, I mean, a lot of what Paul, what you would be worried about goes away. Like you might not be dialed in as much as like Tim, but once you get to a certain point, you can still throw, like my street stock, you can throw that down and race it. I've got it to the point now where I'd have to really do something stupid to get it not raceable, like it was 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's taken me 4 weeks to get that thing raceable.
Honestly, that's fast. I'll say in my mind, your car looked great last race. Eric,
I had a lot of help. I mean, Casey, Scott, Wes Bratton, who am I forgetting?
Tony. You didn't think Tony.
Yeah, I mean, I had all kinds of problems with it, but about a month ago, Wes started helping me, and I got it to where it was a little bit better. And then, actually, we could talk about this again, Rick. I rebuilt the ball diff. I made a bunch of moves. I bought some tires, and then I won't go in depth like I did during our part 1 of the podcast that didn't get recorded, but I made a move on one of my shocks right before the mains, and I got lucky. I laid the right rear shock down. It was completely upright. And based on what my car was doing, I wasn't 100% sure if it was going to be the right move, but it turned out to work. So, I don't know. It's fun. You can't win all the races, and that's the fun of it. Like I was so excited to take third and get on the podium. It was like winning.
Yeah, I can't lie. I comment on to that quickly, Eric. I've been trying for 2 years to get on the podium in the street stock class at Tarcar, and the last couple of weeks I've had some great opportunities, and I've literally thrown away for stupid mistakes that I've made. So I have yet to be on the podium for that class running.
Well, there's only a couple.
So you did a great job in a month to get on the podium, because in my opinion, that's probably the second best class at Tarcar as far as the competition level, and the guys that you race against being courteous and thinking about what's going to happen, and if they do the wrong move to not only themselves but other guys. So I would put that in my mod sprints first in my mind, but street stock is really second almost. It's a great class, and I congratulate you for something I've been trying to do for a couple of years now, and I've yet to do it. So
I appreciate it. It was things fell my way. I mean, I even made that comment.
Hey, honestly, that's how you have to. Even though, and I have this, I can say this, but I don't do it myself. It's better to have a little bit slower car that is stable than a faster car that's unstable, because it's attrition. And 90% of the races is about attrition. It's not the fastest car don't necessarily win in almost every race. Honestly, it's about who doesn't make a mistake or who doesn't get collected in somebody else's mistake. That's what a lot of it kind of boils down to. So, like I said, You did a great job finishing third. You take full credit because you earned it. It was, not only did people make mistakes, you took advantage of the mistakes, and you didn't make mistakes.
Well, I made one small one, but I didn't. I spun out. I'm trying to remember. I spun out and got right. I didn't have to get marshaled, so.
Okay.
That's the big one. If you get marshaled, you can lose a half a lap to a lap or more. I mean, if you get hung up on a tube and the guy gets over there slow or whatever the case is,
right,
or doesn't set you down right away, which we'll talk about that too, because I've been complaining about not having drivers meetings. So we'll touch on that. But yeah, I spun out. I got going again. I fell back to fourth. I took third on the second to last lap. So I got really stupid and tried to race Jerome, which was stupid. I should have rode it out to second, just because like you guys all had problems, and then I didn't. And then I actually was catching Jerome, but I talked to him after the race. He goes, "Yeah, I saw you coming, but I had a little bit left in the tank." So I don't think he was pushing it.
I'm sure he wasn't. Yeah,
but going back to the podium comment, there's really only one spot, possibly two, to get on the podium with Jerome around. I mean, he would have to really have a problem for there to be 3 opportunities to podium in that class, or all 4 of the ones he races in. Really, every time he's there, he takes a spot.
I agree.
So going back to the marshaling, Paul and I talked about this. I think it was a couple weeks ago. I noticed you held a car, which was the correct thing to do because there was 2 cars coming. I forget what race it was, but you marshaled somebody. You held it. The cars went by. You set it down right away. That's the right thing to do because I've seen people, especially in Traxxas, because there's so many wrecks.
Yeah.
They'll throw a car down in front of. I mean, it's happened to me where they throw me back down in front of a car and I get run right back over and I'm like, oh, whatever.
Right.
But I don't know. Marshaling, you can drive a slower car like you're talking about, not get marshaled, and you can gain over a lap on somebody that has problems.
Sure.
That's faster than you, but like I did when I got fast and thought I could race, I spun out and did something stupid. So
yeah, it's all about just not spinning out. Honestly, probably look at most of the races, you'll find that the people that aren't spinning out are the people that are in the top 3 or making the fewest mistakes are in the top 3 every race.
Yeah,
not necessarily the fastest cars. So
that's also what's really cool about competition is it kind of emulates real life. The fastest car doesn't always win,
for sure.
So yeah, it's a good time. I like it. So
I love it. I'm a raceaholic. Hi, my name is Tim, and I'm a raceaholic.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen I put that on Facebook, but yeah, that was a funny video that I posted the same thing and said it's been a week and a half since I've raced and I need a bump. So that bump, kind of applies multiple ways too, right? So yeah. So I think we're all addicted. We can all at least admit to that, right? So
yeah, I love it. I love it. And I love doing podcasts, especially when Biggins falls asleep.
Right. I was just looking at him. I was wondering.
I think it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not being recorded. So
it is. There's a record, right? It says REC with the little red dot. It says 34 minutes and counting.
Yeah.
So
what's going to be awesome? Know that earlier.
Oh my gosh. What else did we miss? We talked about Greer losing a tire. We recapped Rick's sponsorship.
We were talking about
Tim.
Did we get the Traxxas / modified B main when we all lost it? That was. I hope you got that recorded because
I don't think I did. But Tim, how old is Ryan?
6.
I told you. It
gets
you,
worse for Rick.
6-year-old. How can you live with yourself?
Tim, the gods are on Rick's side right now because everybody was cheering for Ryan, but one person at the track.
Doesn't matter what age. Once you're on the track, age doesn't matter. That's just what Hammer Time just said. Doesn't matter what the age is.
Here we go.
Once you're on the track, you're all racers. Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
boy.
I mean, I agree, but I would still be happy for the 6-year-old. I mean, I think that was his first race out in a couple months, and
Oh, yeah.
because he advanced. I'm assuming he beat you to advance to the A main. Is that what happened?
No.
Oh,
We're all happy
Somehow
that he made
RGB actually went to the A main all on his own. We couldn't believe it.
Oh,
He didn't even have to go to the
what's
A
the
main.
problem? You finished first then. You guys just tangled up once. So here's the problem. So I got bad news for you guys, and I'm sorry. The mains, I don't know what happened, but something happened to the camera. So I got part of the race, and then the sound went out, and I don't know what happened to the sound. And then somehow it switched to time lapse mode, so I missed like the first, I'll say probably 3/4 of the A's or the mains. I do have a very small portion, but unfortunately, we're going to have to go off memory for the mains, guys. I'm sorry. So.
That's all right.
Same
Technical
equipment.
difficulties happen from time to time, right, Rick?
We could rename this show and it will be called Technical Difficulties. So what you're saying is,
I'm not upset because you guys probably heard I was shouting a little bit at the track. Nothing that I'm happy to say here or proud to say. I'm embarrassed, but you guys probably, and I mentioned this to you, Eric, and when we were chatting in the messages, there was some yelling from the driver's stand at Marshall's, and I started yelling back. So probably best that didn't get recorded anyway. So
Tim, just send that video to me. I won't let it go live.
Okay. No, I think actually I that is part of the sound is messed up. So I don't know how my camera literally knew that it shouldn't be recording that, and it changed on its own. I literally don't know what happened. I have the video, but it literally I don't know what went on, but there's no sound at all. You can see me throwing my arms out there and stuff, but there's nothing you can't really. So
well, just try to recover the 2 podiums I had this weekend.
Thank God you've got photographic evidence of it.
I do have some of the ends of the mains. I don't know where it exactly I have to yet. I haven't had a chance to work on it. I've had a busy week this week, but I will try to get the rest of the mains posted tonight that I do have. I know I have at least 3 or 4 races, I would say. So hopefully I got at least evidence of maybe your street stock, Eric. So
That'd be nice. Rick's probably glowing right now, the fact that my podiums are not on the video evidence right now.
No, I want everybody to take their kudos. I'm all you did. Everybody was impressed with your racing at that street stock, and we all appreciated that.
Well, I have a new nickname, Tim. Paul, Rick. Would you like to tell him?
I don't know what kind of scenarios you're running.
Paul knows who it is. Paul doesn't think that I meet the criteria of this nickname.
Oh yeah, he is self-proclaiming himself now as Young Money, and I said the only parallel I can see to that is Young Money doesn't run the full season. He just picks and chooses his races. So that could be an accurate description of Eric.
Well, I won't let it go to my head, but I was really happy this weekend. So maybe Sunday I can podium at least in one of them and get some hardware that's current for the season. And I can rub it in Rick's face. Even though I can't record podcast, I could possibly have some hardware. I should have made hardware from Sunday for myself and hung it up in the background.
Third's a third.
Hang it on the wall like Rick. Just stick it up there.
Tim and Rick's defense of the reason he wasn't cheering for Ryan, he feels as though he is the Tim Hammer of Losi NASCARs when it comes to Ryan, if that makes sense to you. And I have a feeling you know where I'm going with this.
Yes, I definitely know. I love racing with Ryan, though. I'm so happy for him advancing.
Yeah, no,
I guess I didn't realize that Rich advances too. So congratulations to you as well to make it out of the B into the A. So
no, I wasn't in the B at all. I'm saying I was glad that I wanted him
Should
to
have
get
been.
in, but I knew exactly what was going to happen in the A main. And
I
what,
see.
three
Now I
laps
think I
in,
understand. I'm sorry, I
and 3 laps
misunderstood
in,
you. I thought you were in the B too. Fortunately,
no,
didn't get to watch the videos on those. So yeah.
oh yeah, I'd love for him to do better every race that he's in. Just not
Yeah.
do better on my car, but that's
At
mostly
your expense.
that's I have to stay out of people's way even when they're trying to get in my way, and people have to stay out of my way. That's what it's no big deal. And I would have been.
Well, Ryan is not even the same. He's so much better than the last time I saw him.
Oh yeah, the kid
I
is
thought
definitely
he raced great.
he has a more steady hand now, and like I said, he settles right up to me. We raced right next to each other,
Right.
and I listened to him talking, and him and I talk back and forth. On that ramp. So yeah, he's definitely making smart decisions up there racing.
I talked to him after his bump up, and he was extremely happy. And I said, "You're racing a lot better. Did you change anything on the car?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "My wheel on my radio was a little bit loose, so I super glued it up."
Are you serious?
Where's it at? Where? I'm so slow. I need a producer. Where's it at?
Oh no, Rich is out.
We've broken him. We've broken him.
Last race, Hammer Time. The wheel came off of my radio, so I super glued it back on, and that made a huge difference. The controlling of my car.
What rate? Which car? Your short course late model or
No, on my radio, my Spectrum. I use it for both.
Oh yeah, I didn't think you used your stock radio. I wasn't sure which radio you're talking about.
And the wheel came off. Yeah, so yeah, of course I'm having a little bit of trouble controlling it without a wheel. So just in between the heats, I super glued it, and that made a huge difference in how I handled my car.
I've never heard of one pressed on. It wasn't held on by a screw. It was pressed on. Then?
The screw was stripped off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
it just
prototype they sent to him.
Was it from your overcorrection of leaving the track or something? Like, were you reefing on that wheel and you broke it?
Right.
It's just the grip strength that I have. It's a little too much for the plastic sometimes.
Well, thank you for answering. I almost went to commercial break there. You took so long to respond.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of that, let's take a moment for our sponsors and hear what City Chevrolet has to say this week. Boom, boom, commercial. All right, we're back. Good to see you guys. It's like, I'll probably move somewhere and be a huge, podcast producer here shortly. Don't you think?
Yeah, it's right around the corner, I'm sure of it.
I mean, we got 22 subscribers, and
I thought I said 23 last time. Wasn't it 23? Yeah.
Well, let's check it out.
As long as you remember to hit that record button, you'll be all set.
Oh boy.
You might have less subscribers after this week having me on. Hopefully not, but
oh my gosh,
no.
23
We've been talking
subscribers.
You up. Everybody wants to see T Hammer 37 because you've been on every podcast. We've been using that video gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys use it. I'm happy to do it. I appreciate all. I watch every podcast, so I hear you guys saying it all. So I appreciate all the kudos you've been giving me, and I just like to record them. I think it's, I go back and watch them and try to learn from them. Not only what my car is doing wrong, maybe, but what other people's cars are doing differently than my car, just to try to learn. And certainly you can use it as a tool to say, oh, what did I screw up, and or did they hit me, or did I hit them? And you can go use it as a smack talking tool for your buddies, right? Just to go back and rib each other race day. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad everyone uses it and is enjoying it, because I don't just do it for myself. I appreciate you guys, telling me all the time that you enjoy watching them. That definitely inspires me to continue to do it. So thank you for all your comments. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was recording some off-road stuff with a GoPro, like right up on my hat, and I couldn't quit watching it. I'm like, I liked watching the race after I raced more than I liked racing. And a lot of it was because I was so new and learning.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun to watch. So threw it up there. Now
Yes,
I'm not gonna hit this button. Stop sharing. All right. I'm scared to hit buttons now.
Don't hit stop recording, just stop sharing. Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Rick. Well, Rick, now would be a good time to talk about, what everybody's doing beyond the RC grid. Do you want to start with that and let us know what you got going on outside the
Are you going to Adrian again, maybe, or anything?
Uber trips?
Detroit airport?
I'm looking forward to.
And another. No, go. I was gonna go to commercial break, man. You fell asleep.
Well, I'm re-gluing my tires, working on some stuff that Jerome and I talked over yesterday. So hopefully Sunday will be a nice day for all of us out there again. But otherwise, that's it.
Well, there went half of our audience.
We're an hour and a half in of being on this podcast.
Well, you can't prove that. There's no video evidence.
With 15 minutes.
You're 48 minutes in.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about T Hammer? Let's hear from Tim Hammer. It was just a long holiday weekend. Did you do anything, or are you going to be doing anything this weekend that is not RC car related?
Absolutely not. No, as I said earlier, I'm a raceaholic, and I literally am doing nothing but racing this weekend. We're going up to the Dirt Devils race for the Tunnel of Towers event. I don't know if you guys know about that, but they do, basically it's a race fundraiser that they donate all the money to the Twin Towers and the fund there. So we're going to go up there. That's all day Saturday, and then be with you guys all day Sunday. So I'm literally doing nothing but racing all week, and I've literally come home every night and work on my RC cars. I do maintenance every week on every one of my cars. I do between every race, I should say, not necessarily every week, but between every race, I go through and tear my cars completely down and redo the bearings, re-oil my bearings, clean them all out, and go through my transmissions. So I do that after every race. So I've been working on that pretty much all this week, and that's really it. I took advantage of Monday. I had some problems over the weekend that I was worried I may need to order some parts. So I spent my Labor Day on Monday just working on my cars, making sure that I would be able to get the parts I needed if I needed any in time. Luckily I didn't, but so I'm ready to go. So
Nice. Tim, fun fact, I notice you have a Monroe Shocks sticker on your toolbox behind you.
I do.
Yours truly worked in the computer room at Monroe Shocks when I was in college.
Oh, really?
Now you can sleep tonight.
Yeah, luckily I don't have any
already sleeping
on my car. That's what I heard.
Hey, this is a great time. We'll come back. I'll talk, Paul. Let's pause this segment of Life Beyond the RC grid, because I want to do this real quick. The audience needs to pay attention to Rick during this. We need to knock these speed questions out, the speed round with Tim. And I just want people to focus on Rick a little bit during these questions and responses from Tim.
Uh-oh.
Because it should be
I gotta
interesting.
make it quick. I'm on my last couple minutes, so speed it up.
Matlock's coming on.
I'll say it looks like you got your pajamas on already. So
I don't think it's a Matlock or a padlock or a what Murder She Wrote. I think it's a battery issue with Rick's phone. Is that true, Rick? Am I right?
No, I'm running about 50% right now.
You can't put a timestamp on friendship.
You just did. That's 30 minutes earlier.
Listen, if I can spend all day Sunday at the races with you, you can spend all night on a Thursday night with me to record this stupid podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to record it, that's one thing. I agree to the recording part.
Well, we're currently recording. I can't help it that the competition sabotaged us earlier.
I think it was the Russians.
It was. So, Tim, let's do a speed round quick, because I thought now would be a good time with Rick's situation there of his nap or whatever he's doing there. I'm going to hit him up, Rick, with the same questions. And this is what people want to know. They want to know more about the drivers. They want to know what kind of comfort food Tim likes. What's your go-to comfort? Come on, Rick. Straighten up.
Go-to comfort food. I don't know. I'm pretty open. My wife asked me literally what she wants me to have for dinner every night, and I literally probably tell her every night I don't know. So she picks. The lucky part is that she picks for us every night. I wouldn't say I have a go-to food that I love all food, so I don't really have a food that I don't like. So I don't want to say pizza because that's probably too easy.
Oh, it's pizza then. Obviously, it's pizza. Pizza. All right. Question 2. What's a fun fact about you that most people don't know?
I'm not from Toledo area at all. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I moved here. First time I moved here back in 2003, and then I moved away for 3 years to Kentucky with my work, and then back to Toledo. So I work at Dana, as you guys may or may not know, like I said, with Dave earlier, and they move us around quite a bit if you're willing to. So I moved around with Dana from Fort Wayne to here, then to Dry Ridge and back to here. So
gotta follow the money.
That's right.
All right. If your life had a theme song, what would it be?
I can't take it.
You are such a quitter after I gave the whole speech about you and your mental toughness.
Yes, we broke him. I knew we could do this, and T. Hammer was the perfect guest.
Psychological warfare 1 begins 0.
Is that bad? I don't know. Do I talk too much?
No, he's just having a moment today.
He's non-compliant.
It's no loss, you know. We might just replace him with you. You can be on the podcast with us from now on. Can you come up with a cheesy sponsor for every week?
I'm sure I could probably come up with some.
All right,
can you get some glasses?
See how easy that was there?
He might account for that income. He may need that income from you guys. I wouldn't want to take that away from him.
Here's the beauty of what just happened. We're done. We don't have to do those questions.
Okay, it's up to you. I don't care.
We can talk about the actual race now.
I have a hard time giving one-word answers, as you can see.
Oh, no, you're good.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The question thing is a podcast. Oh, what'd they call it?
Icebreaker.
Well, it's to get viewers outside of the racing community. Like like if your wife was watching and you're a racer, she'd probably be more interested in those questions than the race talk.
Right.
But I don't need to do them. we'll just use it to drive Biggins into Murder She Wrote.
This is the best show ever. This is like my favorite podcast that we've done so far.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's got a hot date. Who knows? But no. So Paul, go. We'll go back to what's going on in your. You got any side hustles going on? What's going on outside the RC grid?
Oh, no side hustle this weekend. I'm on call, as you know. Might go to the UT game Saturday. They're playing a night game. I guess Crystal and her coworkers are doing some tailgate thing, so may go to that. Don't know yet. And then I found someone to cover my call for Sunday because someone's got to beat up Rick and the Traxxas / Modifieds. So
yeah. Well, I think you didn't. Who did anyone claim Ryan yet?
I might need to claim him now, just for psychological warfare on Rick.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
might have to make him an offer this weekend at the race.
All right.
Get him signed with Rulin's Racing. You know, the team that righteousness follows.
Yeah.
It must be divided. Rick claims Team Nightcrawlers on the side of righteousness, but I don't know. It's hard telling.
I see.
But
yeah, my wife and son are actually going to the UT game too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Since I'm going racing, they wanted me to go too, but I chose, like I said, I'm a raceaholic, so I chose racing over going there. Believe it or not, my son is. I have to brag for 1 second. My son is 13, and he's on his 5th or 6th semester at UT already. He's lining
Nice.
up to. He should graduate high school with his with a criminal justice degree, and he wants to be a lawyer, so he's going to be at least halfway there once he gets out of high school, and hopefully he's going to.
What's taking him so long?
Yeah, right. Exactly. So
I just finished high
regular
school.
Doogie Howser.
Right. Yeah. He's doing a great job. I'm very proud of him. So, and obviously he's been racing. Sorry, got a bug in my face. He's been racing with us too, as you guys know. And he's not a very emotional kid. He doesn't show a lot of emotion. And the other week, he actually, I think he won the B main and advanced to the A. I don't know if you guys were there that week or not, but he won the B main race, and to see his face coming down off the stand that day, as a dad, it meant a lot. So it's a family sport. Back to kind of what we were talking about earlier. Really, it's take your kids out, have fun with them. They're only little for so long, and you got to have those moments to for them and for you to remember, and for them to remember when you're no longer there, right? So I'm glad that my son is comes out and does this stuff with me, and I'm so proud of not only the way he's racing. He's doing a great job for being a brand new racer this year, so he's doing awesome, keeping up with the lap time. Still needs to work on the line a little bit and being consistent, but man, it's so fun to watch him do that and excel on the track and at school. I don't know what more a dad could ask for, I guess. So
yeah, my dad used to say it doesn't matter what you do, but you have to do something with your kids.
Yeah, agreed.
So
I believe was this the first race that he made the A main for the Losi sprints? He didn't have to bump in from the B?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think this was the first week he made straight to the A and did not have to bump up. Yep. So he just, like I said, just been getting better and better.
Yeah, better every week.
Consistent. So trying to make sure he stays out of your guys' way a little bit too. I don't know. I hope you guys heard of me saying, "Hey, that's first place, that's second place coming." I remember both of you guys were close to him, and I tried to make sure he's been doing so good though, and he's made a few mistakes. I think gotten with you 2 weeks ago or 2 races ago, Eric. If I remember right, but
it wasn't even bad.
He's doing so much better. So.
Oh yeah, he barely bumped me. We didn't even wreck, but I lost focus, and then I missed my mark in turn 3 and just wiped him out. I wiped myself out, I think is what happened. So
Yeah, I went back. Actually, I didn't even realize that till you said it on your podcast, and I went back and watched the replay again and I'm like, yep, it definitely looked exactly like you described it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. So.
I mean, Paul and I had an incident this weekend, and I had come up high, and I think I let off the throttle because I was losing, like I was jumping out of my lane, and I basically jumped in front of Paul and let off the throttle, and he ran me over, used me for brakes. He just didn't. I mean, he was the most inconsiderate driver I've ever been around, and it's all his fault. So
yeah,
thank God you had those videos, Tim.
Yeah.
Because I've had that conversation with him, and you can hear me on the video yell, "Sorry, Eric," and then he yells something back, and I go, "I'm gonna have to see the video on that one."
I heard it all. I knew as soon as I seen that, I was like, "Yep, I know that was going to be watched." I knew we were going to be having this conversation because it was perfect because the video said it all, and you're right. I think Eric, you may owe Paul a dinner from what I heard there as well in that same video. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't remember that.
The funny thing is, I didn't realize it. I watch your videos on my phone a lot, and you can actually like zoom on your videos while they're playing. You can zoom in on your phone, and it'll blow it up. Yeah. So yeah, it's a very useful tool.
I'll have to check that out. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I don't ever watch it on my phone. I usually always put it on watch it on the computer whenever I do it because I upload the videos with the computer. But yeah, so
excellent. Yeah. Well, listen, I don't have much going on. I was going to go Saturday with Scott. I was thinking about going up to that race. It's in Battle Creek, right? But then I thought, I've had some stuff going on, like with my truck, and I'm just tired. I'm really old, and I thought I am not racing 2 days in a row. So I'll hit Sunday. Yep, I'm going to hit Sunday. I'll hit the 13th at Finish Line, which I don't know if you were here. I forgot. I'm having a brain cramp. What's his name from Finish Line? Let me look it up so I don't screw it up. Chad Howell. I'm going to have him on the podcast next week.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have Chad hop on and talk about Finish Line, and I'll ask him cheesy questions to get Rick off the show. And then we'll talk about the Tri-State Oval Series that he's going to host there. So I'm definitely going to go over there. Paul, you need to clear your schedule so we can go over and race that race.
I'll look. I was when I found out that the Dirt Devil gentleman, Dwayne, told me that they were having a trophy race the same day that they were having it at Tarcar, I actually would have probably gone to that, but then it just so happened it fell on my work on call weekend. So I was like, I can make Tarcar, but I can't make that one.
Yeah. Call stinks. I'm on call right now. So like I look down and check my phone. Knock on wood, it's been a quiet week. So, but no, I don't have anything else going on. My wife's got friends over right now, and they're out putting an alternator on her car.
Oh boy,
your wife is? What?
Don't get me. I mean, she came home the other day. Paul heard this story. So Tim, I've been wearing boots since like the 7th grade. I've been working my entire life. I went to college I didn't finish college, but I went to college for a couple of years. I come home, and if I take my boots off, I'm done for the night. So, I mean, I'll leave my boots on until 11 o'clock at night if there's something to go back out and do.
Right.
My sprinklers, whatever. And I've just been really tired. I came home the other day, took my boots off. I was dehydrated. I got a drink, sat on the couch. And my wife says, "There's something wrong with my car." And I said, "Oh, okay." She said, "It won't start." And I go, "Where's your car?" And she said, "It's in the garage." So I got up. I was really pleasant. I was in a great mood after that. Put my boots back on. Went outside, messed around with it, went and got a battery. So if anybody what do you do at Dana? Are you an engineer?
Yeah.
So you're a little bit in the automotive industry. If anybody knows Dodge Journeys, you have to pull the driver's side front wheel off, pull the wheel well out to get to the battery.
Oh, bro.
So I put it, it was due. It was 7 or 8 years old. The battery was, I think it was 7. And so I knew that wasn't going to solve the problem, but she could get to work the next day, you know? So I got my meter out. I threw it on the jump studs, and I'm only reading 5 volts with it off and running. So I'm like, is there some corrosion in the cables? You know, is there a ground strap bad? You know, what's going on? So I'm like looking up an alternator. They're $200, and I'm like, I don't want to throw $200 at it if that's not the problem. And so I'm like, where's the alternator on this thing? And the motor's in sideways and all that jazz. I look down and it's over on the it's on the front of the motor on the passenger side. So to get to the alternator, you have to either rip the radiator, line and a couple things out of the way, or you have to take the passenger wheel off, take the other wheel well out, remove a part, and then you can access the alternator. And I just told her, I'm like, I'm not doing it. I said, I'm tired. I work on stuff all day at work. I just got done doing my truck, yada, yada, yada. I should be doing it. But her coworker's husband's a certified mechanic. He's like, oh, I'll come do it.
Oh.
I'm like, sweet. So they're out there right now. I'm doing a podcast and she's out there probably helping do her own alternator.
Well, at least there's and I don't want to say a man, but a mechanic there that at least knows how to direct them what to do if they're doing it themselves. And so, that's not as bad, but I still think you're probably in trouble. Just saying.
Well, it's like 30% of the time they said the cables, there's issues. So here's the other thing. I couldn't get my probes down where they needed to be. I wanted to read right off the alternator. I didn't do it. So he's out there now. I'll try to talk to her if they're still here. I'll see what he has to say about it. I'm sure he's checking all that stuff. So, he's not even really charging her or anything. So it's a win-win. So that's what I'm up to.
That does not
Being
sound
a
like
great
a
husband
fun Saturday.
He's making as much money as I am doing this podcast right now.
Oh, just think you're doing it for the betterment of the hobby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
anything to bring more people, right? So for sure.
Well, real quick before we go, about bringing new people, have you brought like Cody? I guess you technically have brought Cody along into RC racing. Anyone at work? Anyone in the neighborhood? Have you gotten anybody out to the track? Is where I'm going with that.
Not really from up here. Like I said earlier, I'm not really from Toledo, so I don't have a lot of friends outside of the people that I kind of work with that that I hang out with. It's all people that I race with for the most part is who I hang out with. So I wish I could take credit for that, but no, that's why I'm, happy, as I said earlier, to see those new RTR trucks and cars out. I mean, because all they're doing is bringing more people in, and honestly, that's my friend group right now is people I race with. So people like you and Paul and Rich and Dave and, everyone at the track is, I consider a friend. Some a little closer than others, but we're all friends in my opinion, right? And
depends
and
what Saturday or Sunday it is. So. Right? It depends what Saturday or Sunday it is.
True. Yes. That's can't argue that. Yes.
So, all right. Well, excellent. It didn't go as planned tonight, but that's just like racing. So I'll have AI edit it. And then, Paul, do you have anything else you want to ask him before we go?
No, I think he went over quite a bit. I just didn't know if you wanted to run over the mains from the last race real quick for the podcast.
Yeah, we could. I forgot.
It wouldn't take very long, and you've got a competitor from, some different cars here with us to go over some results too.
I'll share the entire screen, so hopefully you can see it better.
Yep.
How fast you want to run them down?
I just running down the mains. I wouldn't do any of the heats. Just run down your mains real quick.
All right. Well, we'll start with the box stock sprint B main, race number 1. Am I on the right? This isn't the right race. Hold on. Oval Series. I was going to say I wasn't in the B main.
Yeah, it should have been race number 9, right? Yep.
Yeah, box stock sprint B main from Sunday from Tarcar Series 9, Oval Series 9. Dean Sargent won that. Paul, you know
Yes,
Dean.
Oh yes, we've become acquainted.
Oh no.
On the track or off the track?
Not yet off the track. Maybe at the beginning of this race this weekend, we can sit and have a little fireside chat.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just broke the ice, so get at it. Dean won that. Ben took second, Forrest third, and Gil Guzman fourth. Paul, you want to talk about Gil super quick? He's a new racer, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah, new racer. I worked with him years ago for a long time. He's always been into RC cars. My brother actually bought his Losi NASCAR off of Gil. And then we started talking, and I told him I raced at Tarcar, and he didn't even know that Tarcar was there. So he came out, and I think this was his second race.
Nice.
He's putting some time in. He's listening. He's taking advice from people, and I've never seen a more courteous new racer than I have with him. He sees you coming, he goes way high and lets you go underneath him, and you know, he's out there and he's just trying to make laps right now and stay out of everybody's way. So I'm hoping I'm going to work with him a little bit. We're going to get him to some practices and get him a little faster on the track and get him used to driving with some other people. So
Yeah, he's
good,
done
good
really
all
well.
around person.
Yeah, that's awesome. Give them that RC addiction, another person.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's keep it tight. Biggins, Richard, Bueller.
He's not here.
Bueller. Race number 2, 10 scale late model B main. Tim, you were in this. Do you remember where you finished?
Yep. I pretty straightforward on this one.
There you go. You finished first.
Yeah.
You kept it tight from start to finish.
That was probably my
James
best race
took
all day. Yep. So
yeah.
He was
James took
dropping the
second.
hammer, if you will.
Oh. James, Ben, Jason, and Scott. I've noticed. I'm gonna talk about Scott real quick. I noticed Scott later in the day as it gets later in the day. Have you guys noticed that his driving falls off a little bit?
I wouldn't say that its driving falls off. It's probably more the car. The car, I mean, you guys probably, I try to set my car up for the end of the day, and I tried not to make adjustments because of the way the track is at the beginning of the day. I care about the end of the mains, right? Versus some cars may be set up exactly the opposite, where they're good at the beginning of the day on the looser track that doesn't have as much grip, where my cars are not that way. My car needs the higher grip. So my cars are set up for the mains more than and I try not to make changes to them in the heats because I know that hopefully the track progresses every race. Unfortunately, I don't feel like the track progressed after, say, heat 2 last week. I felt like the track kind of just either stayed the same or maybe even got a little bit looser. I feel like that's actually happened maybe the last couple races. Like the track has got good the first heat or two and then goes down. You guys, I think you heard Casey.
I agree with that completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Casey
that last race before this one we had, it was just, you think traditionally it's gotten better
right
as the rounds go on, and then it's usually really good by round 3 in the mains. Right. So
well, I was joking a little bit about Scott, but I've been that way with off-road where I come in my best racing's the first round.
Yeah.
And I literally get worse. And I did it a little bit with the slash and the sprint in the beginning of this year. I thought I raced good in the beginning and then fell off in the end. Now Sunday was a different story for me. And we'll talk about that in a minute, but yeah, I can see that now that you explained it. That makes sense. Where he's doing his best racing in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, did you hear
So
Casey the other week? He even said that that the hot laps of the day was in round one, and
yeah,
we never went faster. So, I mean, unfortunately, sometimes the track just works in reverse. I don't like that. I like the track to progress upwards and get more and more grip as the day goes on, and you start seeing that black line on the track. But I don't know what the trigger is, but some weeks it just works in reverse, and I wish I understood what that trigger is, but something on the track is.
Do you think it's temperature?
Different.
I mean, it was cool Sunday.
Yeah, but it was that way even the week before, and it wasn't cool the week before, if I remember correctly. It was still in the 80s or 90s. So I don't think it's temperature.
It was
maybe
warm.
the amount of moisture in the ground. I don't know. I went out there on a practice day where no one had really ran. Jerome and the guys, obviously, the normal crew, I'll say, was out there, but I ran my street stock and I ran a fast lap of a 6.7. I like my fastest lap in a race on Sundays is like a 7.1, 7.0 maybe. I don't know what the trigger is, but there's definitely something that the track changes and for some reason, and the grip just sometimes it gets better, and sometimes the grip starts off better and gets worse. I don't know why.
Yeah. So. Well, we'll have to figure it out.
Scott's got a lot of grip in that car. I don't know if you're talking about his late model, but I don't know if you've seen his car. He popped a wheelie going down the straightaway in his late model.
Really?
So he's got a ton of grip in that car. I feel like maybe not as much front grip, but he's got a ton of rear grip in that car. So you watch one of the heat races, he popped a wheelie, and Casey even said he popped a wheelie going down the backstretch. So
I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen all the races. I tried to sneak some in before the show, but I didn't get them all in. So, let's see, where were we?
Late model, 10 scale,
yep. Yep. So you won that start to finish. James, Ben, Jason, and Scott. So moving along, race 3, Spec Traxxas Modified B Main. Ben won that. Ryan took second, which was his bump race that we were talking about earlier. John, Forrest, Trisha, John, and Gene. And it looks like almost they're a couple laps down. They all finished the race. So let's check Ryan's laps out real quick. So, I mean, he raced solid fourth. He fell to fifth for a couple laps, took fourth right back, and then bumped up to second. So he had one bad lap. I mean, that was it. Excellent. All right, so let's see. Moving along with race 4, Mod Sprint B Main. Dave won that. Marvin, Jason, and Derek finished out the B Main. I was going to say there was more racers than that.
Yeah, that was Jason's first week in his brand new sprint car. So his car looked really good for the first week out at the track with that mod sprint. So kudos to Jason on an awesome first week with his car. So
excellent. All right, race 5, Box Stock Sprint A Main. Tim, do you have an hour to talk about this one?
No. I'm gonna pull a Rich. I got to go watch Murder, She Wrote. Sorry.
Oh, well, that's too bad because I won. Paul took second. Jerry, Dean, Ben, Cody, and David. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. I don't know. I'll stop sharing this. Paul, real quick, tell us what happened. I heard on the announcing that you had an incident.
I wish we had that T-Hammer 37 video up to show, but I ended up being taken out by the last place car as I went to pass them, and they came up into my car and spun me out, which allowed you to get past me. So I thought, well, I can either try to run the wheels off this thing and see if I can get caught up to you and possibly spin out a couple times doing that, or I can just keep that second place and retain my points lead. So the old Paul from last year would have tried to run the wheels off of it, but the Paul from this year that's going for the points championship said, take the easy points and take second. So congratulations to you on your first main low-C sprint win.
Thank you, sir. I slowed up a little bit at the end. Also, I was listening to the gap, and I was, especially the last 2 laps, I was like, don't screw this up. So, yeah, sometimes it falls that way, man. I mean, I was in all kinds of races all year where I just got wiped out. I mean, the box stock Traxxas, I cleaned everybody's clocks for 3 straight heats, and then a buddy bird mated me. Do you know what the bird mating is, Tim?
I'm gonna guess laid on top of you somehow, or
Yeah,
landed on
where
top
the
of you?
tires kind of lock up, and they
Okay.
both, you try to get free, and when you do, you hit the gas, and the cars just sit there and spin. I
Oh,
call
okay.
that bird mating.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, for real, in the stock classes, if you stay clean, for the most part, you're going to finish where you're at. It's so hard to overtake people in those classes.
Yeah.
And if you have problems, you are just screwed. My plan, and I told Paul this after the race, I was literally just going to play cool and chase him as long as I could and put off making a move until the end, because I didn't want to risk anything. I mean, I figured we could stay clean. It's the first time Paul and I have ever got to start the race out front in a main. So there was to me, I felt like we were the 2 best cars on the track.
Sure.
David was probably in there a little bit. I don't know. Why'd he pull his car in the main?
Well, I don't think he pulled it. I'm almost positive he bounced it off the pipe, and when he bounced it off the inside pipe, one of the ball cups came off.
Okay.
And then I think Marvin or somebody that knew what they were doing was able to pop it back on for him, and he was able to get going again. But then I think he possibly got into another incident. So it was like the left front popped off, and then in the second incident, the right front popped off. So he just did not have a good race.
Yeah. I'm not saying he can't beat me, but I will say, based on Sunday, I chased him a little bit in some heats. I don't feel like he could have beat me in the main. That's just my opinion, but I'll probably regret saying that.
Nothing wrong with being a little bit cocky. I mean, we all are, kind of, right? I mean, I like you guys all as friends, but no offense, I want you to be finishing behind me in the race. I want to be first, not you, right? So we're still friends, but I want to be first. Sorry.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So, all right. So yeah, we won't talk too long about my victory. 10 scale late model A main, race number 6. Tony pulls out the win. The Wiz. He is on team Nightcrawler, Tim. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay.
Rob took second, Jerome third, Derek fourth, which is he's not new. He just had a new car earlier, you said, Tim, or
who? Derek?
Derek.
No, I didn't say anything about Derek earlier, did I? No.
I must be confusing them. Tim, you took 5th. James and Dave round up the top 7. Let's look at your laps real quick. 6.8 was your hot lap. You had one. Did I just see a 9?
And me and Dave, I think, got into, there's a bad lap somewhere in there. I think I got into a wreck with Dave Willie on somewhere. Yeah, right at the beginning.
You had a rough start.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got under Dave, and I don't know if I wish I could see that. This is when I wanted to see video evidence myself, because I don't know exactly. I said sorry to Dave 2 or 3 times. No matter what, even if it isn't your fault, just until I just err on the side of caution and just apologize to the last thing I want anyone to do is walk away and be upset because they think I wrecked them or something. So I try to say sorry to people, even if I may not feel it's my fault necessarily, or I need to go back and look, just to not go away and have someone be mad. I don't want anyone to leave the racetrack, including myself, mad because of an incident or something. I don't ever would never intentionally wreck anyone. It's always a mistake, whether it be mine or someone else's, right? So
Yeah.
I unfortunately got
So-
into Dave in that race. So and
You're saying you shouldn't yell at someone and say, "Geez, use me for brakes."
yeah, no, I wouldn't advise that.
You've never left the track mad, have you, Eric?
No, I sold all my shit. What are you talking
That
about?
was the day. That's right. That was that day. Yep. 10 minutes for sale sign was on his stuff.
No, hey man, I've been mad all summer. I mean, I was getting wrecked all summer, but it's so much fun. And it sucks. It sucks when you work so hard and you spend your entire day to go out there and just get wiped off the track. And I don't know how to go about it. There's a couple people in particular. I don't know if they've messed with their car and got it to the point where the thing's undrivable. And I'm talking about the box stock stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should approach them, but like I think Casey said it. I'll have to watch the heats. I think he even said it in one of the heats about, come on, guys, we've been doing this long enough. You guys should know better by now. I mean, I think it was Eric Goff won a heat, or was it the main? I think it was the main where Eric Goff I don't know how the people were bunched up and wrecking each other so bad. I think 3 cars took themselves out right in front of Eric, the leader at the time. And
yeah, that was the main.
Yeah, because I think I fist bumped him and said, "Holy cow," or whatever. But I don't know that they're doing it intentionally, but I don't want to be the guy that wipes out the leader. You know, I mean, I can tell you, I got on in an A main on the off road earlier this year with a bunch of guys that I had no business being on that stand with. And I looked at a few of them and said right to them, "I will stay out of your way the best I can." And they kind of laughed, said, "Don't worry about it." And I've got a lot better at knowing your peripheral. You can see vision better. You can see the car, how you could tell how fast they're coming and when to get out of the way. It takes time, but some of these guys are horrendous, and we need to figure out how to coach them, because you're getting passed for a reason. You're getting lapped for a reason. There's no reason to race anybody that you're not as fast as.
Right.
And I would hate to see, I don't want to see guys take out leaders that are about to win a race, because then someone might say something stupid and someone might not come back to the track, and that's not what I want. So we'll have to.
I got a quick question for Tim. Eric and I have talked about this. What do you think about having like a driver's meeting for the box stock divisions, and also though anyone that's never been to Tarcar before? Because I saw a couple new people this past weekend. They didn't kind of know where to put their cars down on the track. They were just kind of walking up to the wall and setting their car down, not using the openings, stuff like that. Maybe just like a driving etiquette refresher slash kind of how we do things at the track, so that everybody's kind of on the same page.
Yeah, no, I mean, whenever I'll say that when I first started racing, I actually raced a go-kart. So I raced on when I was a young man, but they did a driver's meeting before every race. In my mind, we should be talking to the drivers every race. Hey, last week we seen this happening, guys. Let's try to make sure that we ain't doing that, this week. Or no, I don't disagree. And personally, I mean, I like the fact that whenever I started racing, they do like the anthem and things. I mean, I know we're only RC racing, but man, I'm a red-blooded American, and that stuff, it means something to me. It triggers emotions in me, and so drivers meetings and anthems, I would be all for that. The start of every race, I like that personally. So just to get everyone on the same page, get the expectations set out from the people that run the track, right? So
Trophy girls.
Trophy girls. Sure.
We might need to get with the Flying Tigers RC Club and have them do flyovers for the national anthem, just like the NASCAR races.
I'll bet you could get someone that would do that.
We probably had some already. We just need to time it right, because I know I've heard some jets flying over when we're in the middle of a race in some of those videos. So
even if it was just for one trophy race a year, man, Yeah, I don't know. I've helped do a lot of things in life. I've built a business, I've sold a business, I've done club stuff with wrestling. I like to take the lead on a lot of things. I've been really apprehensive at the track. I'm not saying I won't help, but maybe Casey doesn't want to do the driver's meeting. Maybe one of us have to do it. I don't know. We'll have to have that talk at the end of the year. Do you guys do a dinner or anything, a banquet, anything?
No, they only do that on the off-road side,
Yeah.
nothing on the oval side.
Well, I didn't think it would be as big and as official or whatever, but I didn't know if you guys did a get together.
I mean, I'd love it if I would attend. I'll say it that way. Do we have one? No. I mean, but would it be cool to do something like that at the end of the year? Heck yeah. I mean, for me, really, my year doesn't end. I just stop racing dirt, and I'm sure, hopefully, like you guys, hopefully your schedules is now going to move to the indoor track at BG. I know I'm certainly I'm getting my indoor cars ready, and that's one of the other things. Is actually I have my VTA sitting on the table right here in front of me, so I've been getting ready for the transition and kind of getting ready to put the dirt cars away. So I'm not going to stop racing ever, right? So, but yeah.
Well, you can. I bought a couple. I got the Euro truck and the NASCAR right there, and I'm going to race those this year. And then the NASCAR. So I've adopted this 2-car philosophy. I think I've got the patience for 2 cars at a time.
Yeah.
The VTA next year is on my radar.
Yeah.
That's going to be what I get into.
You better be bringing that Losi Sprint over there for a couple of the oval races.
I will.
That's what I was going to ask. Are you doing oval or on-road stuff with your cars? I assume Euro Truck's on-road for sure, but I know the NASCAR where you're going to do oval and on-road both.
Yeah, I'll do both with the NASCAR.
Yeah.
So
good.
But I lost my train of thought. I was going to ask you something. I lost my train of thought. So yeah. Anyways, the dinner. I would even pay for my own dinner. I'm not asking for them to do it. I don't know. Let's talk more about that. Maybe we can find a place to meet somewhere and just.
Yeah, I think they do it at Loma Linda's for the other group, and I mean, yeah, anything like that would be cool. And those guys get a lot of. I think, and I don't want to say the guy's name wrong. Matthias, I think Matthews. I think he does a ton of work on the off-road side to get sponsors and. They have a huge table of giveaway items and stuff at their banquet at the end of the year. They kind of formed a club on the other side that runs the track more than Steve does, right? Where Steve really still controls the other side, and we don't have that same club like they do on that side. And I think that may be, and nothing against Steve. I'm certainly very happy and thank Steve all the time for providing the track, but I think the club having 4 or 5 guys instead of just one guy helping and pulling all that stuff together makes it a ton easier for them, not only to maintain the track, but to go out and talk to potential sponsors, to bring them in and bring more people in. More the more chance you got of getting someone that's gonna work with you. I feel like Steve needs to do something to that effect, and I think there's been some rumors about that a little bit that I've been hearing on the oval side. So I hope they're really thinking about that, which may drive us into exactly what you're saying. Maybe we're going to, bring us to the banquets and drive the drivers meetings and things like that you're talking about. That's where get in as one of the club members and have those inputs or go to a club meeting. You don't have to be a club member necessarily, but at least go to the meeting and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. And you can have that avenue for feedback for changes that we all want to see as collectively as a race community in Toledo.
Well,
so.
Paul and I have talked a lot of what we're talking about, and I'm busy with the podcast and work and everything. I'll help as much as I can, but Paul and I have I want to continue to do something that helps grow the sport. I would go as far to say that I'm not ruling out that I don't put on races somewhere at some point. But having said that, I need help. And I posed the question to Steve about, the guy that came into the expo center last spring.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ways Tarcar could grow is hypothetically, if Paul and I and whoever went out and we put on a NASCAR race somewhere and we sort of promoted it through the podcast and whatever, if you did it with Tarcar, collectively with Tarcar, you take the show to them.
Yeah.
And then bring them, and I'm talking nothing outrageous, but like, let's say you go to Monroe or Lima or somewhere and you put on a NASCAR race in a parking lot, you promote it and you get, maybe you get 15 guys out there. Maybe you get 2 or 3 guys out of that group that come to Tarcar and start racing. Like, you're not going to get them all. You only got to get one. And then maybe he brings a son or whatever. But I don't know. I have a lot of ideas. I got to be careful how involved I get just because of time. But I would like to do stuff like that. It's exciting. It drives me. It's one of the things why I'm doing the podcast. I want people to be exposed to the hobby. So yeah, we can talk more about that.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to have some conversations. We are not keeping it tight, Paul.
Let's finish up these races.
Hold on a second. I clicked, I want to share the entire screen so it's easier to see. So we just did race 6, correct? Tony won that. So race 7, short course modified A main. Let's go right to the results. Jerome won that. Ted, you were a lap down, but let's see how's that.
That's Ted, not Tim. Yeah.
Oh, Ted, I'm sorry. I saw
brother
Hammer.
from another mother.
Yeah, there's Tim. So, yep. Jerome,
Yeah,
Ted,
I did pretty
Tim.
good in that one. I started last and made it all the way up to 3rd after having bad luck all day. So I got my car feeling right at the end there. So,
Yep. There you go. Very consistent. Derek, JR, and Ben finish out the top 6. Race 8, Spec Traxxas Modified, A main. Let's hit the results. This is the race that Eric Goff almost got taken out of. So Eric won that. Paul, let's see, you weren't that far behind him.
Paul, he got held up by all those cars.
Yeah. Eric, Paul, Jerry, Dale, Dennis, Richard, Ben, and Ryan. Super quick. Paul, since you're in this race, what do you remember what happened in this race? It looks like you started on the pole.
Yep, I started on the pole and there was a whole lot of crashes and people wrecking, and then Eric got around me. At one point, I think I dropped all the way to 4th, and then I clawed my way back up to 2nd. And it was like you said, as we've learned, the longer you race, the more you can try to make better decisions and try to stay out of the accidents and the melee, the better off you usually are. So
yeah,
I just figured I'd, do my best and finish 2nd. So I was happy.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to take it. Like I was talking earlier, I should have taken 2nd, but I got greedy.
I've yet to learn that skill, Paul. So if you've already got that in your 2nd year, then you're ahead of me. So I can't. In my opinion, that's what I keep doing. I keep wanting to push for 1st instead of just saying 2nd or 3rd is just as good for me. I just want to finish on the podium, and
right.
I don't have that philosophy in my head. I don't know why, but it just escapes me when I'm on the track, specifically in the street stock class. It's almost a frustration a little bit because I've been trying so hard and my car's good.
Nice segue.
So
nice segue.
Yeah.
Street stock race 9. Imagine that. Jerome won. Tyler, Eric, James, Scott, Tim. There was some problems in this race. We talked about it earlier. I got pretty lucky. I was very happy to get on the podium. I felt like a kid who just got an awesome Christmas gift. So I don't know. So I was 2 seconds behind Tyler. I really screwed myself in this race. I should have taken 2nd.
Yeah, I
So
think Tyler spun out really early in that race too. So yeah, he went to like last and then had to work his way all the way back up to that spot. So he did a good
yeah.
job doing that.
So race 10, short course late model A main. J.R. Stevens nudged out Jerome. Well, he didn't nudge him out. He beat him pretty good, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
6 seconds. Tyler, Richard, and Jerry. Richard, couple laps down. Let's do this because he does not look at this podcast. He claims a little inconsistency on Richard's part. All right, last race. Mod Sprint A mains, the big dogs. I'm going to say Chris wins this. I don't know. He doesn't. He must have had some problems. Tony, Steve, Ted, Chris, Marvin, and Dave. Wow, he fell off right on lap 2.
I feel like I think I have that one recorded. I haven't watched it yet, but I feel like we ran into someone that was maybe on the track or something and spun out. I can't remember, but that is one I do have. I'll get that one uploaded tonight. You guys can.
Okay. So yeah, that's the mains. Burn through them quick. Probably a good thing. I would have talked.
Keeping it tight.
Yeah,
You
keeping it
guys are on
tight.
a 2.5 hour keeping it tight at this point almost.
Yeah.
Where else can you
It
go
is
and have
what it
this much
is.
fun on a Thursday night?
Right?
Besides the RC car track.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as you're not racing the Losi NASCARs at BG, right? Because we race every other Thursday usually on those still. So
Yeah.
So is there a race coming up?
Next
Or did
Thursday.
you just
yeah, not this Thursday, not obviously today, I should say, but yeah, next Thursday there is a race. Yep. So
is it off or is it on road or oval?
yeah,
I
so
think it's on
I
road.
would say, even though they posted some of the nights are oval, we haven't ran any nights as oval. We get in there and everyone says, "Oh, does everyone want to run oval?" And then we all say, "Ah, no, let's not have to tear the track down and put it back together." So literally, we really haven't ran oval at all.
I might try to come out. I might try to bring. I know I can get the NASCAR out.
Bring your
I've
Euro
got
truck.
a few. Pardon?
Bring your Euro truck. There's a group. I mean, I post videos from there too. There's 5 or 6 Euro trucks in the last race. I have a Euro truck. I bring it every once in a while too. So yeah, you can race both of those cars on a Thursday night. So
Well, there's about to be 10 or 11, Tim.
all right, good.
I
The
got
more the
one.
better.
My brother got one. Biggins got one, and Eric got one.
Well, tell them how you got the trucks.
Oh, I scored a killer deal at that Toledo show. The Toledo RC show. I was walking it. We were racing in it, so we got to come in the night before to practice or Friday. They were actually open on Friday. I didn't know. But yeah, I came in Friday and I'm wandering the tables, and this guy had 3 of them. And I said, how much are they? And he told me, and he says, I'll make you a really good deal if you take all 3 of them. And I said, I just happen to know 2 other people that are looking for them.
No,
So I
nice.
called Eric up, and he goes, oh, yeah, I'm in. I called my brother up. He said, yeah.
Awesome.
So, and then Rick got one like Eric has, the over the cab one. The ones that we all got were all the same. They're the
Yeah.
Conventional.
Boogarat Fox or something like that. That's the truck that it's based off of or whatever. So
Yeah, I have the
yeah,
same
we gotta put 2 of them together, right, Eric? I gotta put my brothers together for him, and Eric's got to put one together.
Oh, they're still in the
So-
box new.
Mine's put together. Mine was pre-assembled,
Okay.
but the 2 other ones we bought were not. So my brother's not very handy. So I said, well, I'll put yours together for you.
Well,
So,
here's
just so you know, sorry to interrupt you, Eric. The class and BG, I would recommend, they come with bushings only, not bearings. You can upgrade them to all bearings. So I hope you know that. I would recommend you to go to bearings over the bushings on those.
they sell a bearing kit for
Yeah,
specific.
they sell a bearing kit for the car. It's like $20 maybe. They're cheap, but
Okay.
I would go right to the bearings and get rid of the bushings. So
Well, Paul,
I see it.
it is put together, but there's a hitch.
It's a different truck.
It's a different truck. I have 2.
Yeah,
Oh.
you got a deal on one, if I remember right, from somebody. So
Yeah.
you bought it.
good.
I think I paid $100 for that. It's brand new, put together. Guy didn't race it from Massillon or Marion, Ohio. I can't remember where. He wouldn't sell it to me at first. because he didn't want to ship it. And I'm like, I'll send you a label. I'll make it really easy for you. He wouldn't do it. So a couple weeks go by. I hit him up again. I'm like, hey, I see this thing still on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
So he agrees to sell it to me for $100, but he was in Tennessee at the time. So I had to wait a week till he got back from vacation. And I told my wife I would sell the other one, but I still have it.
I just keep it as a renter wreck for a friend, and he can bring someone along with you
Let's hope
and get them
she
the
doesn't watch
RC
the show.
edition.
No, she sees enough of me. So, but anyways, so yeah, maybe I'll bring them both. And if I can't figure, I gotta open them up and look at them. I don't even know where I'm at with either one of them. I know the shocks need done on the car, and the tires probably need scrubbed up. I don't have any tire compound, and I know I think Dave sells that at the track.
$10. Yep.
Okay, the SXT 3.0 or whatever.
Yep.
So I'll do that, and then if I'm not ready on the truck, I just won't race it, but I'll bring it and play with it when I'm not racing.
Yeah, you'll want to glue the sidewalls on your front tires for sure on the Euro trucks. All you guys will. They'll traction roll like crazy if you don't. So you'll want to glue the whole sidewall on both front left and right tires. Assuming you're getting on the road anyway.
I haven't touched anything. I don't know. I'm assuming, is it a hard tire or is it? I say hard, but since they're smaller, does it have foam?
It does not have foam, but they are. I wouldn't say they're a hard tire either. You can smash them pretty easy with your fingers, but I don't think there's foam inside of them though.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably just not putting as much as like the 8 scale tires and 10 scale, or oval. You're not. You say you are, I guess, a little bit, that they'll flex on you. So. But they're probably just not heavy enough to put enough force on them to require foam, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah. They're not the fastest things either, but they handle pretty great. The steering's, I'll say, a little bit sloppy, so that's where a lot of if I have one complaint about a Euro truck, that's my complaint, is the steering seems to be all over the place. One time down the straightaway and you let go, it might drive perfectly straight, and the next time you go down the straightaway with no change, it will pull left or right. It's not very tight from a steering linkage perspective. So
okay, excellent. Well, I will see you Sunday.
Yep. Good luck Saturday, Tim.
Thank you.
We'll see you Sunday.
Yep. Good luck to you guys if you're doing anything. If not, then yeah, hopefully you guys do well on Sunday. Hopefully we all do well on Sunday, and we can all come home with another prize to make fun of Rick.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Tim.
Yep.
Tim T Hammer _37. I'll put it up on the show here. I'll probably leave it up right in your window the whole show.
Okay. Sounds
all
good.
Right. I will see you guys on Sunday.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Tim.
Talk to you later. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.